Back. Post full moon in Sagittarius. May you all be well. I'm Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. Welcome back. We just gonna get right into it. So hold on. Let me see something before we get right into it. We'll be over here. So that energy of that full moon, right, in Sagittarius was basically on some tell the truth, see the bigger meaning, release any type of hidden emotional fire. Stop carrying any type of old beliefs that's going to have you not telling yourself the truth or seeing the bigger picture. Now that the moon is in Capricorn, it's now saying, okay, so now what are you going to do about recognizing what the truth is, seeing the bigger meaning or the bigger picture, and releasing any and all types of hidden emotional fire? Because that Sagittarius full moon, blue moon, brought the truth up. And now that the moon is in Capricorn, this is the vibe of, okay, now we put the plan into motion, or put the plan into motion. Whatever the plan is, get it together. Because the Sagittarius moon exposed the feeling. Now, the Capricorn moon is desiring that level of structure. So right now, it's all about you putting that structure together when it comes to what it is that you know. And that structure that you're putting together has to do with, first and foremost, action and connection to the feelings that's been exposed when it comes to, okay, this is the type of structure that is now time to build and move forward with. Okay. So an example would be if you have your own business, just as an example, and you were tired of being underpaid. That full moon in Sagittarius brought all of that up, brought that truth up to you. Welcome and love. Now that we're in the Capricorn moon, it's basically, saying, okay, well, if you are tired of being underpaid, then what do you do when you're tired of being underpaid? You raise your prices. That is the simplest solution. And it's simple to take action on that solution. You're just going to have to release any type of emotional, underlying factors as to why you're not doing what it is that is in connection to your value and your worth. If you see that a connection was draining you, the Capricorn moon now is basically on, okay, so you know what this type of relationship or connection is. It drains you. It's not really in alignment to you. So set the boundary and stop giving free access to that energy or that person. If you had a home that felt, disordered, well, the Capricorn moon, clean the space up and make a routine of doing that moving forward. If you found that your body was tired and the truth of what it was that was making you tired, now this Capricorn moon is telling you, okay, well, if you're tired, what do you do when you're tired? You rest, you eat better or properly, and stop overworking. Okay? So it's more than just knowing your worth. It's really, actually acting as though you know your worth. It's one thing to know it. It's another to take action on it. Okay. So this Capricorn moon is basically helping you with, utilizing the feelings that came up during that Sagittarius full moon and putting the structure, putting the plan in order, putting that plan into motion. Okay. So instead of, let's say, because Mercury is in Cancer too, which can make people sensitive. So someone may take things personally. Someone may speak from old pain. Some may avoid direct words because they don't want conflict. Okay. right? Now, instead of being nice about a situation and really connecting to what it means to be kind and be thorough. When you're kind, you're thorough. You know what I'm saying? So the lesson right now is we not about to keep doing this over here. So we're gonna make this short and to the point. When it comes to the lesson of speaking kindly and clearly, instead of you telling somebody, okay, you never cared about me, it's more of a conversation of whether that person can provide that level of consistency when it comes to you and them. Instead of telling somebody, oh, you always use me, the real statement for you would be, you can't keep giving your time without equal exchange. It's really being upfront, not speaking from the wounded space. That's a perfect example of when you're speaking from the wounded space and when you're not. So the wounded space will tell someone, oh, you never care about me. The person that evolved from that wound is really seeing the situation exactly as it is, whether the person can provide that level of consistency or not, and moving on if that's not the case, right? Now, a wounded person may say, oh, you always use me. When you learn from that, you recognize what it is that you're giving your time to without equal exchange, and you make that very clear. What someone does with that in their actions, the words that are exchanged to that conversation are different. But the words that are taken action on, then you can actually, have a clearer visual or intel when it comes to, okay, what is this person, what is their response in connection to what you've just stated, instead of just doing the back and forth, constantly having the same conversations over and over and over again and expecting a different result, but still coming across the same exact result. So with Cancer in the sign, with Mercury in the sign of Cancer, this is where there's a necessity for emotional transparency. The moon in Capricorn right now is calling for emotional maturity. So together is on some say the truth in a grown way, along with Venus in Cancer too. Jupiter's, there's a whole lot of Cancer energy going on right now. And the Fortune and the Vertex also. Okay. It's a lot of eighth house vibes too, based on the chart at the current moment. Well, you may realize someone has access to too much of your energy, and you may require deeper emotional closeness, but only with people who are safe, who feel safe to you. You may also notice where you give too much because you're wanting to feel love instead of connecting to the desire of feeling love, where you won't place that want into situations with people who are not in alignment to you, so you're not sitting here wasting your time or misusing your time. Okay. This is also a time where you may feel called to protect your private life. You may even have this, you may even be processing any type of and shared resources. Yeah, this keeps pausing. So you may feel old family patterns coming up around love, money, and trust as well. Right now, the thing is something deep is asking you for it to be handled with care and transparency, not ignored, not rushed, handled. Okay. So I'm gonna keep it there. I'm about to go live over on TikTok. If you're not tuning in with me over there just yet, you may do that now. Okay.